A cordial hello to everyone. My name is Thomas Spittler. I'm a pump manufacturer in Peru and part of the executive committee of the National Society of Industry, further on the SNI, and have worked for over 10 years unsalaried for Senati in the board of directors. I'm really sorry for not being able to share your important meeting directly. So this video is sort of a contribution for you, and I will answer some questions given to me for this video and wish you a good and really fruitful work. Well, the first question given to me was, why did the SNI, the National Society of Industry, get involved in the subject of job skills? The SNI was founded more than 120 years ago, representing the interests of the national industry of Peru. However, the country lacked professionals, trained staff that could lead to improvements in production and processes. At that time, it was the industry itself who trained their staff with the obvious shortcoming of an internal training. And once trained, it was difficult to replace the worker with a qualified technician in the labor market when he became attracted by other companies or resigned for other reasons. Consequently, and following the example of developed countries, it was imperative to have a technical institute granting technical standards for professionals of productive categories in different specialties. This initiative guided the SNI to found Senati, the National Technician Institute, in the year 1961 as a technical institute for the Peruvian industry. Now the next question was, did you associate with someone? Well, to grant a sustainable education in the long term, it was necessary to determine the financing of Senati. Therefore, it was important to have a strategic partner with a national scope. This was, and by the way still is, the Peruvian government. Senati is anchored in Peruvian legislation. That means that the industry pays a contribution, a tax of 0.75% in favor of Senati. This is not enough to finance training throughout the country, but self-financing is achieved by the contribution of the apprentice that is not related to the industry and other training activities that makes Senati self-sustaining. On behalf of the Peruvian government, there are 3 participants in the board of directors from the Labor Ministry, 2, and 1 of the Ministry of Education. So the board of directors has 14 members, and amongst them is also 1 representative for the small business sector and 1 for the graduates of Senati and 1 of the National Chamber Association as well. Now, the next question was, how did you start? Well, so we have to go back a little in history, and first there was a simple technical institution with around 460 apprentices, but then in 1984 the dual system was introduced, which consists of a dual training both at the institute as well as practicing in the sponsor's industry. Later on, Senati also offered short training courses on different crafts to strengthen the small crafts business. Today, Senati has around 86 educational facilities throughout Peru and around 86,000 apprentices in certified professions of a duration of 3 years, and also around 430,000 students on short careers throughout the country. The offer also covers a series of technical services for the industry, like advisory, calibration jobs, etc., as well as services to the public in general, like the technical inspection of vehicles and a wide range of short trainings in upcoming subjects. Senati also broadcasts technical videos to the different branches and offers a large amount of training online. Now the next question was, what came first? Was there a study about the needs of the industry? So, guided by the needs of job skills defined by the industry through the members of the SNI, in the early 60s, Senati started to train the most needed professions in sectors like textile, mechanics, food industry, carpentry, etc. However, the list of offers grew throughout the time as the industry did, like the latest offers in mechatronics, specialty, recently turned up worldwide. And the next question is, how have your recommendations been implemented? Given the close cooperation between the SNI and Senati, the needs and suggestions of the industry always found their way quickly and directly to Senati, who respond in a reasonable short time frame to the requirements. It is therefore not necessary to use an intermediary. So, as the members of the board of directors in all Peruvian departments are manufacturer, it is possible to have immediate feedback about the needs, and together they develop the curriculum for the different skills. If the needs exceed the financial or technical capacity of Senati, then Senati requires international development cooperation with countries like Germany, Netherlands, Japan, France, Switzerland and Spain, amongst others. And this cooperation also helped Senati to be an up-to-date institute and to fulfill international requirements, especially in the Latin American zone. Additionally, there are around 70 agreements with the Peruvian and foreign industry to train their staff. Now there is an additional question I would like to introduce here. It was not given, but I think it's very important to discuss this subject as well, because it is the question about the future of Senati or the future of any technical institution worldwide. The Peruvian industry, as well as the industry all over the world, depends very much on qualified technicians with state-of-the-art and up-to-date knowledge. So the future depends a lot on the time frame in which new technologies can be introduced in Senati or any technical institute. In Peru, we have focused on cooperations with the private industry that owns the technology, the state-of-the-art technology, the up-to-date knowledge, and is willing to contribute in this aspect. This is how Senati got an alliance with, for example, the multinational and German-based Bosch Group, which equipped all training agencies in Peru with the latest test facilities for vehicles. As a manufacturer, I believe that there is no alternative to the dual system, apprenticeship, that allows students to have access to a real and competitive labor and to a real... As a manufacturer, I believe that there is no alternative to the dual system. Apprenticeship that allows students to have access to a real and competitive labor world without neglecting the theory, but also to give values that form the personality of young people. And this is essentially what has to be taken care of. So, thank you very much for your time and best regards from Peru. Goodbye.